Hello everyone and welcome back to the One Stop Co-op Shop. This is Colin and we're going to start episode 3 of Aventuria. Now in the last video I did 3 things wrong. 1, whenever you roll a critical failure, that's a 20, you have to randomly discard 1 card. 100% forgot about that. Bummer. Okay. The other thing is, whenever you defeat an enemy, you gain a fate token. I forgot to do that too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to net the 2 out. I'm not going to try and figure out who rolled a d20 and randomly discard a card at this point, and I'm not going to give anybody a fate token. But going forward, we're going to do that right. We're also going to remember we have 2 of our characters, Lariel and Maribon. They are both seasick, so that means that they get a -2 modifier to all their skill checks, and anytime they pass them, they'll remove one of the tokens that's on their card. When they remove all 3, they're no longer seasick. Lariel only has 1 and Maribon has 2. All right, let's get going. First thing we're going to do is draw our 2 new cards. So here are the 2 for Lariel, these are the 2 for Maribon, and these are the 2 for Taelva. Lariel is keeping all of her cards in hand because she doesn't have a lot in hand. Actually, the only 2 cards she has in hand are the 2 she just drew, so she's not going to change any of them into endurance. Maribon is going to change both of these into endurance, and Taelva is just changing this one into endurance. With Maribon being first player now, she's going to go first, and she's going to use 4 of her endurance to play this spell card. This spell, as long as she succeeds at her magic skill test, it does an automatic 12 points of damage, and that would take out both orcs. That would be sweet. So her magic is 17, but we have to subtract 2 from that from the seasick, so she has to roll a 15 or lower. Come on, 15 or lower. That is a 5. We can say, see ya, orcs. Now, is this an enemy? I would say yes, it is. So I'm going to give her a fate token. If that's not right, let me know. I'll make a note. But I'm pretty sure she should gain a fate token for just doing 12 points of damage. Because remember, they had 10 health and 1 armor. 12? Yeah, see ya. She's then going to pay her remaining 3 stamina to pick a hero, which she's going to choose herself, and pay up to 5. So she's paying 3. Restore 2 health for each endurance paid. So she's going to heal herself for 6 HP. So that's going to make her go from 9 all the way to 15. Yeah, just give us a little breathing room, please. Moving to Taelva, first thing she's going to do is discard her cast net. She is then, because we're in an adventure, going to reduce the amount of actions that an enemy can take by 2 during their next turn. So we're definitely going to do that to the captain. The captain will only have 1 action, but we have to discard this for good. Before I forget, you guys, we should have removed one of these tokens from Maribon's seasick, so now she only has 1 more to get rid of. Now we're going to have Taelva play her throwing hatchet, so we have to test her range. Her range is a 10, so she needs to roll a 10 or less. If she does an automatic 3 points of damage. So we're going to go for that slash that only has 3 health. And this doesn't constitute an attack, so it goes right through armor. So we're just looking for a 10 or less. Come on! That is a 2. You guys can't see that, can you? Look at that. A 2. Heck yeah! So this slash is toast. And that means she also will get a fate token. That is amazing. And she hasn't even used her big attack. Now, Taelva is going to use 3 of her endurance. She will only have 3 left to be able to play Warfare. And this is going to add 3 to her melee stat. So she's going to go from 13 to 16. Yeah, because then you can just imagine what we're going to do. We're going to use another stamina, and we're going to tap our Warhammer. Now, don't forget, our Warhammer has the weapon poison on it, and it does 1 extra point of damage. So we're going to go for the for Bruno, the rope and Bruno. We're doing an attack, but we have to subtract 2 to our melee. So our melee is at 16. We have to roll a 14 or less to hit. And that's a 19. So that's absolutely terrible. But we have a fate token. So we're going to use that, and we're going to re-roll. Come on. That's a 15. Unfortunately, that is still a miss, so Maribon is going to use her fate token to let us re-roll. We need to hit here. We need to get a 14 or less. Oh my gosh, you guys can't see that, but that is totally a 5. Look at that. That is a hit. Awesome. So we're doing 2d6s plus 4 damage. And we've got 5 plus 4 is 9 points of damage. Oh, man, I was hoping for a better roll than that. But 9 points minus 1 is 8, so 5, 10. And we'll give him 2 health back. So he'll have a total of 12 health. There was one other thing that I wasn't sure about, and I really don't feel good about playing with it, and that's with this pirate treasure. I don't know if I did this correctly or not at the start of combat, pull certain things out of your deck or out of your hand. So I'm just going to discard it. Let's make life easier. She's just going to use her actual stats for whatever she's attacking with. So I think the first one that we're going to do, we're going to use 1 endurance and attack with our bow. And we have to roll a 15 or less to hit. And if we do, we get 1d6 plus 5, definitely going for Bruno. 15 or less. Let's see it. Oh, yes, that's a 2. Heck yeah. So we'll grab this, do 1d6 plus 5. What is with all these ones? So that's 6 points of damage. He only loses 5 because he has 1 armor. Man, he still has 7 health left. Jeez, what is going on with this die? Well, that didn't work as well as I was hoping, but the only good thing is our seasick is no longer there. We succeeded on a skill check. We're good. So now what we're going to do is use another one of our endurance here and activate our Dirk. And we're going to go for Bruno again. Come on. But we only get 1d6 plus 2, and we have to roll an 8 or less, which, yeah, it's just not as likely. But we can do it. I'm feeling an 8 or less. Is this die stuck at 2? Because I love that. Awesome. So that's a hit. We're going to use a different D6 here. That does 5 points of damage. And I can't believe this. 5 plus 2 is 7. But Bruno has 1 armor. 7 minus 1 is 6. He is still alive for 1 health. Oh, that's terrible. We'll use endurance number 3 here to tap this and heal one of our heroes by 2. Yeah, it's going to be Marybon. So Marybon's going to go from 15 health up to 17, which is great. And then we're going to use 2 more of our endurance. So we have 1 endurance left. We're going to use 2 more, and we're going to place Sleight of Hand out. And it's going to add plus 2 to our range stat. So our range stat now will be 17, which is awesome. That's really strong. That should be good for Lariel. Now we activate the captain. Here's the thing. The captain only has 1 action this round, and any damage he does is reduced by 2 thanks to the spell that Marybon did. Let's see what he gets. He gets an 11. At an 11, attack a hero chosen by the player suffers 1d6 plus 1. We're definitely going to be choosing Tialva for that. So Tialva will take that. We're going to use the black die because it seems to be only rolling 1s. Let's see. That's a 3. Minus 2 is 1 point of damage. So she'll go from 24 to 23. Heh. Light little hit. Not even bad. Mr. Bruno here with 1 health left, though. Let's see what he's going to do. That's a 15. Nothing. He shouts a pirate curse. I will totally take that, although I would have loved a 19 or 20 and had him kill himself. But I will still take him doing nothing. We're now going to remove the next time token, and that was our 3rd time token now. We only have 3 left. So now we have to draw an event card. And let's see what we get. Aggressive Parasite. You stumble over a wicker basket with dry fish. A parasite who is sitting inside to feed on the fish feels threatened and bites a large chunk off of you. Attack a random hero, suffers 1d6 plus 3. So Kevin suggested that I not use these tokens to determine randomness, but I'm still going to do it anyways because, well, why not? I don't have to roll a die. I should totally listen to Kevin. That was Marybon. Okay, well, that's what I get for using these. First, we'll roll for dodge, looking for a 5 or less, and that's a 9, so that's a total fail. So she's going to take 1d6 plus 3. I love this die. Now, that's only 4 points of damage. She's all the way up at 17. So 1, 2, oops, I always go the wrong way. 1, 2, 3, 4. She's at 13 health. That's still not terrible. Let's start the next round. So these are the 2 cards that each of our players are drawing. This is Lariel's, this is Marybon's, and Tialva's. And don't forget, Tialva will become first player. Only Lariel is going to convert one of her cards into endurance. Everyone else is keeping all their cards. This is when it gets fun. We're going to start Tielva's turn by playing both of these cards. First of all, this Self-Control costs 2 endurance, but it's going to increase her melee by 2. Heck yeah. And then we have our Stunning Blow. This is going to have an opponent of your choice has 1 less action per turn. I thought about doing that on Bruno, and I still think that that's not a good idea. I'm going to do the captain, because I think I'm going to have someone try and take out Bruno. But that's using 4 of our endurance. We have 3 left. I think we all know what we're going to be doing with 1 of our endurance, and that's swinging our Warhammer at that captain. So we have to get less than a 13 plus 3 is 16 plus 2 is 17, 18. Literally, we just can't roll a 19 or 20, and we hit. And I roll a 20. Seriously. So we're going to have Lariel use her last fate token to let him reroll, because come on. That's insane. Okay, a 3. That is definitely a hit. 2d6s plus 4. Come on, high numbers, high numbers. Oh my gosh, 4. So we'll just eliminate this 4 because the captain has 4 armor. So 1 plus 4 is 5. We just took out a measly 5 points of damage. Moving to Lariel's turn, she's going to put out this magic attack here. This costs 0. She's going to use this and actually do it on Bruno. Her magic is 9, so she has to roll a 9 or less to hit. And she rolls a 2. A 2! I love that die. So that took 1 endurance to do that, and she just needs to do 2 points of damage, and she takes out Bruno. Let's use this blue die gave us 4 last time. That is 6 points of damage. What a freaking waste. Oh well. That means Bruno is toast. And we also gain a fate token. Great. We'll use our second endurance to try and attack with this bow. A 17 or less is a hit. And that's a 9, so that's a hit. We'll roll this blue die again. We liked this one. And that's 1 plus 5 is 6 points of damage minus 4. We take out a whopping 2 health. Jeez, come on, you guys. What type of rolling is this? We'll use our next endurance, and we're going to use our Dirk. Yeah, we've got all these different attacks. I love it. We have to roll an 8 or less, though, to hit here. Come on, where's my 2? Where's my 2? That's a 15. Do I use a fate token to reroll? No, I don't think it's worth it, because we can gain a fate token for a missed attack. So we'll just simply gain a fate token and let somebody else use it. So we have 2, actually, which is kind of nice. We'll use our 4th endurance here just to have a heal 2, and that's still going to be for Marybon. So Marybon is going to go back up to 15. Perfect. Marybon is going to use 6 out of her 7 endurance to place out this Ignis Ferio and activate it. She's going to use her magic. Her magic is 17 minus 2 because of the seasick, so that's 15. She has to simply roll a 15 or less to hit. And that's a 3. Heck yeah. That is 1d6 plus 5. Oh, what d6 should I use? They've all failed me so far. Let's use the blue one. Come on, 6. Okay, a 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. We just do 5 straight points of damage to the captain. That is awesome. Our captain now only has 12 health left. That's it. I think we might be able to take him out next round. And don't forget this seasick card, finally gone. Thank goodness. Now the captain goes, but he only gets 2 activations. Let's see what his first one is. A 20. Nice. 20. Shouts a pirate curse. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, now we're going to do the second one. And that is a 1. Ow. So that's definitely not good. What we're going to do to counteract that is we're going to have Lariel play this card. It says reroll an opponent's action die roll. Cost 1 endurance to play, and we had 3 left over, so we're going to do that, and we're going to re-roll that black die. I do not want to see a 1. Come on, 20. Come on, 20. An 8. It's not that much better. A random hero suffers 1d6 plus 3. Okay, we're going to try this one more time. If it's Marybon one more time, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might just throw these out the door or something. Oh, come on. This one. Okay, it's Lariel. Did you know, you guys, that Lariel is at 39 health? She's never been attacked this entire game. So this is the first time she's getting attacked. So her dodge is 6, which isn't great. Let's see. But she rolled a 4, so she succeeded. Cool. So now it's doing, we rolled an 8, right? So it's 1d6 plus 3. So we'll roll this black one. That is 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 divided by 2 rounded up is still 5 points of damage. But Lariel can take 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's at 34. She didn't even feel that. Okay, this is when it's going to start getting real, though. We're going to remove this time token. First thing is we're going to draw a new event card. And we have Aggressive Spider, a 4-inch spider hid behind a pile of firewood and is now jumping up to bite you. The poison is not deadly, but it's very painful. Do a melee attack on a random hero. Suffers 1d6 plus 2. If she loses health due to this attack, she must discard one of her endurance cards. Well, I'm not end of the world. And especially if it's Lariel, I mean, she can totally take it. So let's have it be Lariel. Wow, I love calling this stuff. So she first will try and dodge. After the dodge, we'll take that 1d6 plus 2 hit. Trying to roll a 6 or under. And that's a 12. So that's failed. And then here's the 1d6. Oh, that's 7 points of damage. Ow. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was kind of painful poison. She's then going to discard this card that was used as endurance. Yeah, it's totally fine. She doesn't want it. We now, though, have the captain's effect. Ramming blow. Every hero must return half of his endurance cards rounded up into their hand. Now that might sound terrible, and it's not great, but it's actually kind of nice. We can get some cards back into our hand that we can play again next round. So I'm not terribly concerned about that. It would make it hard if we were about to just play a really expensive card, but I've got my expensive cards out. So I'm saying thanks. Here we have the cards that we're taking back. So Lariel's going to take 3 cards back into her hand. Maribon and Tielva are both going to take 4. Yeah, that's a lot of cards. So it's good and it's bad, but overall I'm still going to be okay with this because we've got things like Heavy Fall that can go through people's armor. We've got Luck so we can re-roll. Yeah, I'm liking this overall. Let's go to the next round. Here we have the cards that we drew from our deck for the beginning of the round. Lariel, Maribon, and Tielva. And look at Maribon got this card that just makes the opponent suffer 2 health. See, that's what we're going to need to play. Get through his armor. We only need to do 12 points of damage. Let's do it. Each hero is going to play 2 cards to create more endurance. This will move each hero's endurance to 5. Totally worth it. Lariel is now our first player. We're going to attack with our bow. 17 or less. 6, that's a hit. We do 1d6. That's a 4. Plus 5 is 9. Now, something that I have forgotten to do the last 2 times the captain was hit. That is do a dodge roll. His dodge is 5. So he gets to roll a d20, and if he rolls a 5 or less, which he didn't, he would have blocked damage, or half of it. So he failed at that. We did a total of 9 damage. Subtract the 4. That takes out 5. He only has 7 health left. But you better believe Lariel is not done. The next one she'll activate is her Dirk. That will use 1 endurance, so she's used 2 so far. She has to roll an 8 or less to hit. That's a 6. That works, and it's 1d6 plus 2. But before that, we're going to have the captain try and dodge, and he rolls a 14, so he fails at dodging. And she does 4 plus 2 is 6, so hey, that's 2 points of damage. So he goes down to only 5 health. Oh yeah, we're totally getting him this round. Her third endurance will be to do a magic attack. Now her magic is 9 or less. So she has to roll a 9 or less. She rolls a 16. Let's use 1 fate token. We have it. So let's see if we can get a 9 or less. I just dropped that. We'll use this black one. A 9 or less. Boom! That hits. He's going to roll for a dodge, trying to get a 5 or less. Oh, he gets a dodge, but that's perfect because what she's going to do is then play Heavy Fall. That's going to use another one of her endurance, but play this card after an opponent successfully dodges a roll. That opponent loses 3 health. He just fell over himself. So he's going to go from 5 down to 2 health. And now she still gets to roll for her attack. We just have to divide it by 2. And you know what? That's very likely meaning that she's going to miss because he's got 4 armor. So she did 4 damage, divide that by 2, that's 2. His armor of 4 totally blocks it. But hey, he only has 2 health left. I don't know about you guys, but I think it would be very fitting if Maribon could take him out. You know, for how much she was hammered on in this play so far, I think her taking out would be awesome. So she has to roll a 17 or less, and she rolls a 13, so she hits. Let's see if he dodges. He rolls a 7. That was way too close, but he did not dodge. So she is rolling 1d6 and adding 5 to it. 10 points of damage, minus 4. He is toast. Boom! Despite their cut-off limbs and arrow-riddled bodies, the undead come at you in rampant frenzy until you bring them all down in a brutal carnage. This should take care of the problem for the time being, but you are not sure whether this crew, cursed to serve the Witch King Morda for all eternity, will stay dead for very long. Read the effects of your victory in the section End of Combat in the Adventure Rules. If you have the Water to Ice Potion, yeah we don't, Pirate Treasure cards, and or successes on the group card Good Advice, you may carry them into the next act. So we did not get the Water and Ice Potion. We did get one Pirate Treasure card, but what we get to do is grab 3 reward cards. We'll do that in a second. Let's finish reading the story. After a short rest, you search your enemy's remains, but can't find the dark diamond in their possession. As you have feared, you will have to probe deeper into the belly of this terrifying ship. So we can read here, in case of a victory, proceed as follows. If your hero's current life points are below 30, every single one of them, you are allowed to raise your life points back to 30. The heroes retain all fate points she had earned at the end of the combat. Pick up all of your action cards and shuffle them back into your deck. If you used your hero's special ability, which I totally didn't do, then the hero cards are now put face up. Man, I totally forgot about that. I could have done that. If a victorious combat includes a reward for the heroes, then you all now receive that reward. Usually you're allowed to draw a certain number of reward cards from the reward deck and distribute them to the heroes. You can freely decide which hero gains which reward card. If you cannot agree, blah, blah, blah. I'm the one deciding. I'll be able to agree. Let's draw our 3 rewards. So we have the Destroyer Dagger. Ooh, that's a 6, though. Roll, an opponent loses 2d6 plus 6 health. This does not count as an attack. Wow, that would be awesome. Okay, this one, a Dexterity Tonic. Play after your hero fails a range attack. The attack roll counts as successful. Larial, anyone? And Strength Tonic. Play after your hero fails a melee attack. That attack counts as successful. Yeah, okay. Tielva, Larial. And this one, I'm not really wanting to give that to Maribon, though, because her melee is 6. Okay, so maybe we rethink this. We'll give this one over to Maribon. Actually, you know what? I can turn this into 2 time tokens, and I'll tell you what that means. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to convert this into 2 time tokens, not keep this one, give this one to Tielva. I said 2, you guys, I meant just 1. Sorry, I only should have 3. 2 that I had left over from the adventure, and 1 from converting that tonic into a time token. I can now do a brief respite, and what I'm going to do is use all 3 of these to have each of my heroes heal by an additional 5 health. So that means each hero will be at 35 health for the next part of the adventure. That will end Act 1 of the Ship of the Lost Souls. And you know what? I think I'm going to end it here. I don't want to spoil too much of the story. I think I showed you guys how combat works, how the gameplay works. I hope you guys liked it. I'm now going to go and finish this myself on my own. It'll be a lot of fun, but then that way you guys can go and explore the adventures 2 and 3, and I'm not spoiling too much. I hope you guys enjoyed the series. Let me know what you think of this game. I don't think that this game is rated high enough. I think it's really fun. There is a lot of dice rolling, but there's ways to mitigate it, and you get benefits when you fail, and it's you get a story out of it. So I really enjoy that. And I've had a couple comments say, you know, the game doesn't feel like it has a lot of replayability. And I would actually generally disagree pretty strongly on that, because each time I've played this, I've had a totally different experience, and I've could play the same scenario and get a totally different, story of what's happening because different cards are coming out. I roll with get different, hits or misses, and I also would be playing with different heroes. So I feel like there's a lot that changes each time that you can still enjoy this game multiple times, even though it's the same story. I will say, though, getting the expansions definitely help. They give you extra heroes and more adventures. Plus, don't forget, you can also play this player versus player. So you can play this as a 2-player PvP, and that definitely creates replayability. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you at the next stop.